Sairam, everyone. Speaking up, something which I had not shared with anybody, but it had to happen. So, the reason why I never spoke about it to anybody, be it family or anyone, only the two who knew was myself and my God. The reason why I didn't ever open about it is I didn't want to hurt the family members, the people who love me. When we share a few things, they may feel inadequate. They may feel that they didn't take good care of the family member. That was the reason why I never spoke, but today it so happened, and now here we go. It's God's will. So it's about my childhood and my decisions for life, which were groomed by God, channeled by God, and eventually how I ended up here and certain things that happened. Spent 20 years in banking career. So it's about the world out there. What happened with me in the world out there. So as it is when she spoke, very fetching job, very accomplished career, but let me share the pain part of it. So banking career, it's a good nationalized bank that I was working in and supposed to be a very dignified part of the society. That's where I worked, and parents also felt I'm safe there. So I'll share that part. Even before that, I would like to go back to my childhood, where in the formative years, God came into my life, and I reserved myself for God rather. I studied in a Christian missionary school run by nuns. So from my preschooling till my 10th standard, I studied in that school where, the nuns, it's like almost similar to our setup, where the nuns who have dedicated themselves to God live there taking care of God's creation in the form of children and the sick. So there was a missionary hospital also and a missionary school also, and I was studying in that school. It was a girls' school. So as I grew up, my idea of God, all that were formed, and as a child, I also thought that it's possible for anybody to reserve their life for God like nuns did. But as I grew up, I came to know that that privilege is there for Christians in that missionary school. But the idea of being a nun, reserving life for God and living for creation, that was etched in my heart, and I chose to walk alone. And somehow, family was very supportive, very good parents. They somehow understood that this girl will not fit anywhere else. Let us, let her pursue her heart's wish. So they blessed me into this life, but life was not as easy as I thought it would be. Moving forward, I joined banking sector, and there, I was very young. I was 19 years, I think, when I joined. So at that young age, I didn't know life. I didn't know world, the depths and warmths of waters. I didn't know. As I joined there, problems started actually. Parents were still there, young. So different types of challenges I started facing from men. But I stood strong. Parents were still there. But I couldn't share this with family with the fear that I'll be troubling them. And there was, I need to say this, I'm getting into a little bit of detail so that everybody understands what kind of society we have we have been created. We have been creating for our girl children. See, this I'm talking about a educated society. So there was one colleague of mine. He used to trouble me like he used to trouble me in an inappropriate way and forcing me to get married. See, my heart was already given to God. I didn't want to go down that road. But see, the way they they propel us into, like he used to tell, I'll come and tell your parents. I didn't want a situation to be created at home wherein there's a sick mother. My mother was very sick and a worried father, and my brother was here already. And he would tell, if you don't accept to marry me, he would tell, I'll catch hold of your brother and beat him up. So these are the kinds of, like, it may appear to be very silly that we may feel that there are so many solutions for that, but when we are in that situation, we don't have any solution. That's reality for us, and we try to handle it in our own way, due to the various kinds of fears of facing the society as well as not troubling the family. So later on, I somehow came out of it. I didn't realize how profound the way God solved that problem for me was for my future. This bit of whatever happened with me had a profound impact on how I survived the later part of whatever I faced. So what happened was, I was really very struggling at that point because of this boy's trouble. And it so happened I felt very helpless. It was my birthday. So that day I submitted to God. See, is this a sin that I reserve? I choose to reserve myself for you. I'm waiting for you to pick me up, and what's happening in my life? What's this trouble that you are making me go through? It was my birthday. And that very same day, that boy met with an accident. And that was the way God brought me out of that situation. Now I feel if that trouble had continued and I was so very scared about the implications, maybe I would have succumbed reluctantly. That was the situation, but when God chooses to protect us, that is the way He protects. That had a very strong impact and bearing in my heart, like God is with me. If I raise my hands and call out, He will stretch His hand to reach out. So life went on. After that, much troubles were not there. These were in the initial years of me joining the job. Later on, after a few years, mother passed away, then father passed away. After father's shelter was lifted off my shoulders, that is when again the problem started. Till then, I was a daughter, I was a young woman. Suddenly, I became a lady where everybody, the society around me changed. Like everybody, no strings attached. Everybody started looking at me in a very different way. And what I had gone through earlier was lesser trouble than what I went through at the later part. But what kept me going was the incident which I mentioned earlier. So holding on to that, I moved on. But during those years came out a prayer in my heart. Like I was thinking, see, if there is an organized setup like where I studied, for every girl child to go and spend her life reserving for God, then nobody will have to go through what I am going through. Just because I'm a girl, I do not have the privilege of entering into a protected, organized setup where I can live for God, happily, joyfully spend my life, offering my life to God. So when I was praying this intensely, that is when in 2014, after 6 years of time, I came to Muddenhalli and came face to face to this beautiful, beautiful phenomena wherein my life changed for good. That's my past, whatever I told. It's like not even my past, it's somebody's past life, kind of. The kind of life that I have today, I told part of it is in like anesthesia mode. I know what's happening, but it's happening. Part of it is like auto mode. I don't even know how it's happening. So God has taken over completely. So whenever I look at these young girls being sheltered by Swami, I find my own prayers being answered. To end with, I would like to recite this beautiful poem by Rabindranath Tagore, which inspired me a lot. And as I read, my heart goes out in deep, deep gratitude to Swami because this poem is what Swami is doing. He's one world, one family. The concept is not about anything else other than this poem, where the poet concludes that he wants a heaven of freedom. Most of us would have known this, where the mind is without fear, composed by Rabindranath Tagore. It goes this way: where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free. This is our world, relatable. You go on listening and relate it to what's happening here. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, and where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken into narrow fragments by narrow domestic walls. See, one wall is caste, another wall is creed, and yet another wall, many walls. So one of it is the one that I touched. A boy can reserve his life for God, but a girl has to fight to reserve her life for God. So that's yet another wall which is shattered here. It's that kind of the world that Swami is giving us. We should really pause for a while and contemplate and appreciate what's happening in our lives. Let us not take it in for granted. Then, where words come out from the depths of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. See, this is that heaven of freedom where no walls exist. There are no fragments. So now, our job, by virtue of getting such beautiful, beautiful lives, see, there are so many men and women, each one would have this kind of a story to share, where a wall is shattered by Swami, and you are brought into heaven the same way I have been brought into. So now our job is to spread this across, like this heaven should be shared with each and everyone who deserves God. So with that, I conclude. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.